And we'll get started. Soles of our feet together, knees out wide. Starting to move down on our backs. Allowing our knees to fall open with gravity. Allowing our shoulders to fall open with gravity as well. Starting to connect with the breath. Breathing into a 4 count. Holding to a 4 count. And exhaling to a 4 count. And as you breathe, breathe in through the belly, up through the ribs, the lungs, all the way to the tops of your throats. And then exhale in the opposite direction, from the tops of your throats down through the ribs, the lungs, all the way to your bellies, as though you're bringing water from the washcloth, bringing navel into spine. Again, perhaps place your right hands on your bellies and your left hands on your hearts to track the breath as it moves through your bodies. And let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Now allow your breathing to come naturally to its own rhythm. Allow the warmth of your breath to go to any area of your body that is tense or sore, and allow the breath to relieve the tension or soreness that is there. Imagine your breath gathering up all of the tension and soreness in your bodies and breathing it out so that you begin to feel peaceful and relaxed. Any distracting thoughts or feelings that you may have, allow them to be sent out with the breath. And as you breathe, allow yourselves to go deeper and deeper into this state of calm, knowing that you are in control at all times. Which way the wind blows. Connect with a personal intention for this practice. That intention could be physical, mental, or spiritual. And it can be for you or for someone you love. Seal that intention with one deep inhale. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. And one deep exhale. Brand new moon, brand new sun. I love this message. It's true. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon, a brand new sun. Every day is a new start. Inhale those knees and arms to center. Exhale as your knees fall to the left, arms to the right. Look over that right shoulder and breathe. Follow the sun, the direction of the birds. Again, we're opening up those right obliques. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, knees to the right, arms to the left. Look over that left shoulder. Open up those left obliques. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. Inhale back to center. Wrap your arms around your knees. Rock back and forth. Massage your lower backs and your kidneys as you do. When you feel life coming down on you like a heavy weight. Grab your insteps, drag your knees down towards you. And again, shoulders come back and down as well. Rock back and forth if this feels good. In happy baby. Long before you came, so which way is the wind blow? Come back to center. Inhale first. Exhale as you extend that right leg. And again, as you're doing this, either hold on to your instep, which is a deeper stretch, or maybe grab on to your big toe. Again, dragging those shoulders back and down as you do in half dragonfly. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you extend that left leg. And again, either hold on to your instep or grab on to your big toe with your index finger and thumb.
You're in the air just south of Iceland.
Oh, okay.
This day is done. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you extend both legs. Not sure what that was. I'm not sure if maybe.
Oh.
I might need to. So we're in full dragonfly right now. Dragging our shoulders back and down as we do. Inhale back to center. And then from here, bend your knees, flex your feet, draw your arms up overhead. It's Friday, so we're going to be doing a little bit more of this core work today. Inhale first. Exhale as you cross over that left thigh, extend your right leg. Inhale back. Exhale, cross over that right thigh, extend your left leg. Inhale back. Exhale to the left. Inhale back. Exhale to the right. Inhale back. Exhale to the left. Inhale back. Exhale to the right. 2 more or 7 more, wherever you are. Exhale to the left. Inhale back. Exhale to the right. Inhale back. Exhale to the left. Inhale back. Exhale to the right. Inhale back. Exhale to the left. Inhale back. Exhale to the right. Again, you can stop here or follow us. Exhale to the left. Inhale back. Exhale to the right. Inhale back. Exhale to the left. Inhale back. Exhale to the right. Inhale back. Exhale left. Inhale back. Exhale right. 2 more. Inhale back. Exhale left. Inhale back. Exhale right. 1 more. Inhale back. Exhale left. Inhale back. Exhale right. Good job. Draw those knees in for a hug. Rock back and forth. Massage your lower backs and your kidneys. And then exhale those legs down. Roll over onto the left side, left elbow, left palm of your hand down. And then from here, inhale, that right knee in, grab your instep. Exhale. As you extend that leg above you, drag that right shoulder back and down. Again, in infinity pose. Possibly grab onto your calf and draw that leg closer if this is in your practice for a deeper stretch. And smile, it's Friday. Inhale, that right knee in. Exhale, extend below you. Roll over onto the right side, right elbow, right palm of your hand down. Inhale, that left knee in, grab your instep. Exhale, extend above you. And again, drag that left shoulder back and down. Breathing in and out. Possibly grab on to your calf. Dragging your legs towards you. Inhale, that left knee in. Exhale, extend below you. Draw your knees in, spinal rolls from shoulder to tailbone and back again. Allowing each vertebra to come back into alignment. We'll do 3 or 4 of these. And arrive at the tops of our mats in Sukhasana, simple seated pose. Good job, everyone. Then from here, let's go ahead and place our hands on our knees, sit up straight. Inhale, that left arm up. Exhale, down to the right, onto that right elbow. Look up towards the ceiling. Drag that left shoulder back and down, left hip down. Breathe in to your left oblique. Inhale back to center. Exhale first. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale down to the left. Again, look up towards the ceiling. Open up those right obliques. Right shoulder, right hip back and down. Inhale back to center. Exhale and extend your legs in front of you. Flex your feet. Good job. Inhale both arms all the way up. Exhale as you open up to the right, dragging that left elbow down on the outside of your right knee. Twisted Dandasana, opening your hearts to the sidewall through the breath. Inhale up. Exhale as you open up to the left, dragging that right elbow down. Opening your hearts to the sidewall through the breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips, reach, 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 reach. Place your hands on either side of your knees. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale down. Shin to shin, and then just curl in. Inhale as you walk those hands back again. Exhale as you bend that left knee, dragging your left heel in. Inhale, both arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips. Reach, 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 reach. Shin to shin, and then just curl in. Inhale as you walk those hands back again. Exhale as you draw that knee in. Place your shoulder so that it's parallel with your knee. Reach back with your left hand. Reach back with your right hand. And again, take a bind if you can. Open your hearts to the side wall through the breath. And smile, it's Friday. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you cross that left foot over your right knee. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale as you place it on the outside of your left knee. Open up to the back of the room again, twisting, releasing toxins, massaging our internal organs. Good job. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you release that leg. Good job. Shake it out. Inhale first. Exhale as you draw that right heel in. Again, half Dandasana. Inhale both arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips, reach, 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 reach. All the way down, shin to shin. And then just curl in. Inhale as you walk those hands back again. Exhale as you draw that knee in. Place your shoulder so that it's parallel with your right knee. Reach back with your right hand. Reach back with your left hand. And again, open up to the side walls. Drag those shoulders back and down. Open your hearts. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you cross that right foot over your left knee. Inhale that left arm up. Exhale as you place your elbow on the outside of your right knee. Open up to the back of the room. Twisting, releasing toxins, massaging our internal organs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extend your leg and shake it out. Good job. Back to Sukhasana. Let's do a few gratitude breaths. Inhale those arms all the way up. Embracing this weekend, embracing this beautiful time, this new day that we have ahead of us. Exhale those hands down to Anjali Mudra. Inhale both arms all the way up. Once again, take a deep breath. Exhale down to Anjali Mudra. One last time. Inhale both arms all the way up. And exhale down. Good job. Place your hands on the mat and roll up into table. In table, our shoulders are above our wrists, our hips are above our knees, and if we look between our legs, we shouldn't see our knees. Walk those knees back, one hand's length. Inhale first, exhale down. to Balasana. Maybe place your third eye on the mat, rock it back and forth, open up your intuition. Inhale all the way through. Hips come down, shoulders back and down. Good job. We're in Cobra, opening our hearts. Exhale back to Balasana. Inhale all the way through, hips come down, shoulders back and down, Cobra. Exhale all the way back to Balasana. Inhale up to Cobra last time. Hips come down, opening those spines. And then exhale back to table. Walk your knees forward. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale as you thread it under, coming down onto that right shoulder. Keep your hips square to the front of the room. Inhale that left arm up. Bend your elbow, find that right hip crease. And breathe, opening your hearts to the sidewall through the breath. And smile. Inhale, that left arm up. Exhale down. Inhale, that right arm all the way up. And exhale down. Good job. Inhale, that left arm up. Exhale as you thread it under, coming down onto that left shoulder. Keep your hips squared to the front of the room. Inhale that right arm up, bend your elbow, find that left hip crease and breathe. Inhale that right arm up, exhale down. Inhale that left arm all the way up. And exhale down. Good job. And then from here, let's go ahead and tuck in our, turn our toes under, sit back on our heels. I'll tuck in my shirt right now, but maybe make infinity symbols with your wrists. Opening them up as you do, breathing in and out. Possibly draw those hands overhead. Drawing your pelvis in. Shoulders are back and down. And then possibly draw your hands behind you, touch fingertips, pushing your fingers up towards the crowns of your heads. Breathing in and out, opening up your shoulders, your wrists, your fingers, and your toes. And smile. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock forward on your elbows. Slap out your toes. Good job. I'm going to move my mat up because I'm going to be kicking the wall otherwise. And then from here, plant your hands into the mat. Curl your toes under. Inhale first. Exhale back to down dog. Again, maybe walking the dog. Lifting first one heel and then the other. Dragging the other heel down towards the mat. Come up on your tippy toes, bend your knees, look towards the front of the mat, shoulders back and down. We're in bear pose. Step or jump up. Inhale, halfway up to Ardha. Shoulders back and down, look towards the front of the room. Exhale down to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Slightly bend your knees, inhale all the way up. Swan dive backward, hands come together. Slight back bend. And hands come to Anjali Mudra. Bowing our heads in honor of our practices. Good job. Now we're going to move into Utkatasana. So our toes are together. Our knees are together. Draw your tailbone in. Inhale as you sit back in your chair. Again, looking up towards the ceiling, shoulders back and down, pinky fingers in. Chair pose. Draw your hands together. And then twist out to the right. Drag the palms of your hands towards your heart center as much as possible, twisting as you do. Good job. Look down. Take a giant step back with your left foot. Again, keep twisting. And then open up north and south. Reverse side angle. Take a wrap. Possibly take a bind if this is in your practice. Bringing yourselves out. Open up east and west. Look back to the back of the room. And then twist out to Virabhadrasana 2. Good job. Let's reach. Palm up. Exalt that warrior. Lift your hearts to the sky. And then exhale back. Straighten your front leg. Place your hands on your hips. Pull that left hip back. Push your right hip forward. We're squaring our hips to the side wall. Float those hands back up again. Reach, and then burst into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Keep pulling that left hip back, pushing your right hip forward. Bend your front knee, coming into side angle. Maybe draw that left arm out in front of you. Feeling that energy coursing through you, moving upward. And then possibly take a bind, a wrap or a bind. If this is in your practice, grab on to that left wrist, dragging your left shoulder down towards the mat, opening your heart even more. Open up, north and south. And again, you can either stay here, or you can look out beyond your mat. We're moving into Ardha Chandrasana. Plant that right hand, tip yourselves, flex your left foot into standing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe take a bind if this is in your practice. Don't feel like you have to. Again, drag that left shoulder back and down as you do. Open up. Bend that right knee, tip yourselves back to Virabhadrasana 2. Cartwheel those arms down. Kick that right leg back. As high as you can, three-legged dog split. And go through your vinyasa. or meet us in down dog. Good job. Walking the dog. Inhale through your noses, side out. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. Good job. And then from here, come up on your tippy toes, bend your knees, flatten out your back, shoulders back and down. Look towards the front of your mat. Step or jump up, lighter than air. Inhale halfway up to Ardha Tadasana. Exhale down to Uttanasana, working towards getting the palms of your hands onto the mat, onto the floor. Good job. Slight mini bend your knees. Inhale all the way up. Swan that backward. Hands come together. Slight back bend. And hands come to Anjali Mudra. Bowing our heads in honor of our practices. And again from here, let's move back into Utkatasana, chair pose. So toes together, knees together. Inhale as you sit down in your chair, pinky fingers in. Lift your toes if you can, shoulders back and down, pelvis bone in. Hands come to Anjali Mudra. Twist out to the left this time. Drag those hands to heart center and smile. Good job. Look down. Take a giant step back with that right foot. And then open up, north and south, reverse side ankle. Take a wrap. Possibly take a bind, reach under and grab that left hand, bringing yourselves out. Open up, east and west. Look back to the back of the room. Then twist out. To Virabhadrasana 2. Good job. Reach, 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 reach. Palm up. Exalt that warrior. Lift your hearts to the sky. Exhale back. Straighten your front leg. Place your hands on your hips. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Float those arms up. Reach, 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 reach. And then burst into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bend that front knee, coming into side angle. Extend your right arm up towards your third eye, shooting out energy. And then take a wrap. Possibly take a bind, grab that right wrist, dragging your right shoulder down towards the mat. Good job. Open up, north and south once again. And then from here, look towards the front of the mat. You can also stay here in side angle. Launch off your back foot, tip yourselves on to that left hand. Flex your right foot to the wall. In standing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And then possibly take a bind if this is in your practice. Don't feel like you have to. Dragging that right shoulder back and down. Heart opener. Good job. Release. Bend that front knee. Tip yourselves back to Virabhadrasana 2. Again, if you're on the mats, look down. Inhale up. to Virabhadrasana 2. Cartwheel those arms down. Kick that left leg back. Again, as high as you can, three-legged dog split. And go through your vinyasa. Or meet us in down dog. Wherever you are is perfect. Good job. Inhale through your nose to side out. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. Good job. And then from here, let's go ahead and inhale that right leg all the way up once again. Exhale to the top left of your mat. Right knee down, left top of foot down. Walk your hands back. Maybe take Venus Mudra and exhale down. Dragging that left cheek to the mat. If this is in your practice, again, remember to bring your wrists back towards your waist before you release. Now, you can be on your elbows, you can be on your right cheek, you can be on your backs, wherever you are, opening up that right hip, releasing any unwanted emotion that you may be storing there. And smile. It's Friday. Slowly inhale as you walk those hands back again, coming off on that right hip. Swing your left leg all the way around. Left foot is parallel to your right thigh. Bring that right foot in, right elbow in. Inhale that left arm up and around. Find that right hip crease. Possibly take a bind in the Mariandrasana twist, releasing toxins, massaging our internal organs, and smile. Good job. Let's go ahead and just unwrap, unwind. We're going to do a little bit different at the end. So take out your legs. Come up to the tops of your mats. In Malasana. Again, yogi squat. Placing the backs of your biceps just below your knees. And in yogi squat, you can either stay here or you can move forward into Bakasana. Crow pose, which works on our core strength, arm strength, and bone density. Rocking back and forth, finding that sweet spot, and then rocking forward, lifting your tail feathers. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back down to the mat. Congratulations. And again, inhaling from your root chakra all the way up to your crown chakra, and exhaling down again. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Place your hands on the mat. Inhale halfway up to Ardha. Take a giant step back this time with that right foot. Walk your left foot all the way across. Left knee down, right top of foot down. Inhale as you walk those hands back to Royal Pigeon. Hands come to Venus Mudra behind you. Inhale first. Exhale down. Coming down on that right cheek this time, if this is in your practice. And again, you can be here on your elbows, on your left cheek, or on your backs, wherever you are. Opening up that left hip, releasing any unwanted emotion that you may be storing on that left hip. Slowly draw those hands back down towards your waist. Release. Again, in resting pigeon, opening up that left hip. Releasing any unwanted emotion that you may be storing there. Slowly inhale as you walk those hands back again. Coming up on that left hip. Swing your right leg all the way around. Right foot is parallel to your left thigh. Bring that left foot in and that left elbow in. Inhale that right arm up and around. Find your left hip crease. Possibly take a bind if this is in your practice. In the Mariandasana twist. Inhale back to center, extend your legs, shake them out. Then bend your knees. Actually, let's go ahead and extend our legs the way that they were before. Place your hands just below your shoulders and inhale up to reverse plank. Flatten out your belly so that you look like you do in regular plank. Don't allow your head to pop back. Exhale down, inch by inch. Bend your knees. Arms are out on either side of your knees. Inhale first. Exhale, inch inch, vertebra by vertebra down to the mat. And when you get there, draw those knees in for a much deserved hug.
Good job.
Now here, I'm gonna move into wheel since we're moving into the weekend. But if you'd like to move into supported bridge, then please do. If you're moving into wheel, place your hands so that they're shoulder height with your fingertips facing your hips. Your heels are in. Inhale as you push up into wheel. And again, this is a heart opener. Breathing in and out. Gently bend your elbows, drawing the crowns of your heads down towards the mat. And then draw your knees in for a hug. Rock back and forth. Massage that lower back area. And then from here, you can either move into legs straight up, allowing the circulation to come back down to your vital organs, back down to your brain. Or you can push those hips up. Walk your shoulders under in a shoulder stand. Feet are in Barbie feet. Possibly draw those toes overhead into Halasana or plow pose. Maybe bend your knees, placing them around your ears in ear pressure pose or snail pose. And then inch by inch, vertebra by vertebra, coming down to the mat. Draw those knees in for a hug. And then exhale that right leg down. Inhale your left arm up overhead. Exhale as you push that left knee over to the right. Look over your left shoulder in a full body twist. Getting rid of any toxins that can't speak that may remain in your body. And smile, getting ready for the weekend. Inhale back to center, draw those knees in for a hug. Exhale, that left leg down. Inhale that right arm up overhead. And exhale as you push your right knee over to the left. Look over your right shoulder and breathe. Inhale back to center, draw those knees in for a hug, rock back and forth. Good job. Inhale through your noses, sigh it out. Inhale. One more time, inhale. And with that intention, allow your legs to come out as wide as the mat or wider. Arms are down beside your torso, palms are up to receive down to ground, starting to relax. Relax your toes, relax your feet, relax your ankles. Relax your calves, relax your knees, relax your thighs. Relax your hips, relax your torsos, relax your fingers. Relax your hands, relax your wrists, relax your forearms. Relax your elbows, relax your upper arms, relax your shoulders. Relax your necks, relax your jaws, relax your cheeks. Relax your foreheads. Relax the crowns of your heads. Just relax. Start to bring movement back to your fingers and your toes by wiggling your toes and maybe touching each finger with your thumb. Reach your arms overhead, extend through your feet, giving yourselves a full body stretch and filling your lungs with your breath. Then exhale as you draw those knees in for one final compassionate hug, rocking back and forth, massaging your lower backs and your kidneys. Slowly roll over to the right side in the fetal position and remain here for a few breaths. Then using the strength of your arms, come back to a seated position, facing the front of the room, legs are crossed, hands are at Anjali Mudra, heads are bowed in honor of our practices. From the place deep in my soul that I know to be pure and true, I vow to and honor that same place that resides within each of you. Thank you so much for coming to practice yoga with me on this beautiful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be so pretty out there for most of us, hopefully for all of us. And I will see you on Monday. Namaste. Hope to see you if you're here in the Valley with Farrah Gibson at Unity on Sunday from 1 to 3. And again, it was great to see you guys today. Thank you for coming. I'm going to stop the recording.